What is up, everyone? This is George of Vegas Must Try, and today we're gonna look at the 7 things that suck about visiting the Las Vegas Strip. Just as a disclaimer, I love Las Vegas, I'm never leaving, and I have a feeling you probably do as well, or else you wouldn't be watching this video. Alright guys, let's get to it. First things first, let's obviously talk about one of the most iconic things about Las Vegas, and that is the temperature here. As of right now, it's 102 degrees, so it's actually a really good day. It's cloudy outside, and I'm right in between in the Link Promenade, which is super nice and cloudy. They have the misters going on, so it's actually not that bad of a deal at the moment. But a couple of weeks ago, it was actually about 117 outside. It gets pretty hectic. I've been out here for about, I don't know, maybe like 10 minutes just walking around, and I'm already like breaking a mean sweat. So if you're gonna see it, look, you can kind of see already going through my shirt. You need to stay hydrated, or you could just take Ubers from place to place while you're here in the summer. June, July, August are probably the most heat intensive. Aside from that, you're probably gonna see 80s and 90s throughout the spring and fall months, and then it gets like a pretty nice cool all the way down to 30 degrees. So yeah, definitely the heat is something that you probably already knew, but it's one of the things that sucks about the most here. So let's see what else we got. So another thing that I don't like is how there are a lot of homeless people and hustlers here in Las Vegas. Sometimes they don't let you walk from place to place in a comfortable way. People are asking for money. People are maybe causing a nuisance. They're littering. So just like seeing that kind of stuff kind of devalues your experience here. And the thing that I don't like about people here when they're asked for money is that a lot of the times they're hustling you just to get a beer. They know everyone in here has money, and I really don't like the fact that they're very pushy sometimes. But for the most part, everyone's very harmless here. It's just, the fact that you have to kind of keep walking and ignoring someone when they're asking for money. Or if you want to give them money, I mean, that's up to you. I feel compassionate for them because a lot of it has to do with mental issues and drug addiction. But at the same time, this is something that happens in any other major city. You go to Seattle, LA, Austin, there's homelessness everywhere. But the hustlers is something about almost kind of unique to Las Vegas, that here people know that there's a lot of people that are willing to fall for it. So yeah, just keep in mind that there's gonna be a lot of that, but if you just keep looking your way or just be really stern with them, be like, hey, no, sorry, like I don't have any for you. Just keep walking and you should be pretty good. Honestly, it's pretty safe here, but for the most part, it's just kind of an annoying thing here. This next one up is actually a little more obvious, and that is the fact that you're gonna be doing a lot of walking here. And even though the stretch from the Mandalay Bay down to the stratosphere is only 4.2 miles, you're actually gonna be doing a lot more than that. I would say you're gonna average about 10 miles a day if you're actually exploring. So yeah, you better wear comfortable shoes. It's not as fashionable, and you probably already knew this, but trust me, this is something that is going to hinder your ability to explore new things. Just being tired, you're gonna wanna go back to your room and take a nap. And who wants to, I mean, no one's gonna remember the time where they napped in Vegas. And for people that live sedentary lifestyles, I would recommend you to, just go out for walks right before your trip to Las Vegas. I don't know, just get your body ready. If you go out for walks and if you have good cardio and stuff like that, you're used to moving around, it's not gonna be so bad when you come by here, and then you're probably gonna be able to have more fun out here for a longer extended period of time. So I made it up here to BEERPARK, and I have a really sick view here. BEERPARK is located at the bottom of the Paris Hotel and Casino, and right across the street from the Bellagio, and you have a really sick view. Let me show you. You got the fountain right there, and then you can people watch, you see all the traffic, you get the show in a little bit, you have the city center on the left side, and I just got a beer called Contact Haze by Elysian, which is a hazy IPA. Oh, it's really nice and cold. So this brings me to my next topic. That is that the prices here in Las Vegas are inflated, and it's no rarity that you're gonna find a bottle of Bud Light here for $7, $8, $9, and that's just how things are here. Honestly, a fish and chips that cost you here on the strip $25, anywhere back home, wherever you're from, might cost you $10. So yeah, don't be mean to people. I know you're paying a lot, so you should tip them when you come by. You might even see a labor charge there, which is what the venue sets on the tickets, and that's maybe like 3-4%. Alright, so I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is that the sun went down and it's pretty nice out here. It's like the low 90s. It feels good. The bad news is that I went live on YouTube and I did not record when I got the food, which was the burger. I only have the pickles left. I was eating and talking at the same time, so it got cold, so it wasn't the best, but it's alright. It was pretty good. Now let's analyze this bad boy right here. So $16 for that beer that I had, which is one of the tall ones, 23 ounces. The BEERPARK cheeseburger was $14.45. I added bacon, of course, for an extra $2. Sorry, it was $12.45 and I added bacon, so it ended up being $14. CNF, don't get weirded out if you see this charge right here. This is one of the charges that I was talking about. CNF means concessions and franchises. So this is what either the mother company of BEERPARK is charging BEERPARK to operate, or it's kind of like the rent that they pay to the Paris Hotel and Casino here. Honestly, the environment here is pretty freaking dope. So another thing that I wanted to add is that Las Vegas is not a super family-friendly place, and what I mean by that is that sometimes, you know, when you have kids around here, they're gonna see a lot of bad stuff. Someone just handed me one of these like dirty cards. That's not to say that Las Vegas is like only an adult place, because there's a lot of advances that the city has been doing to rebrand itself as not the Sin City, but more of like just another touristy spot. But you know, just there's a lot of things that you're limited to when it comes to kids. You can't be in a casino with them. You can't go drink at places, and obviously they're exposed to a lot of negative stuff. People still think that this is the Sin City, so they come here and do the most. Quick little story about that is that last week I work at a bar, and last week I had a customer complain to us that the table next to them, and he had a big family with him, the table next to them, which was a bachelor party, were cussing too much, and he refused to pay the full amount of the ticket because it's like 2 10-year-olds that he had there were hearing the F word way too much. Honestly, you can't come to Las Vegas and expect to have a super PG experience. Like, look around. This place is made out of money, out of like, you know, like gambling and a lot of like burlesque shows and stuff like that. So this is one of the things that sucks about Las Vegas, that you have to, your children kind of have to be exposed to a lot of like bad aspects of being an adult, which us as adults, we don't really care about, but that's just gonna be it, all right? You kind of have to deal with it if you're gonna bring your kids here.
Coming down like precipitation, I ain't never met a limitation. Hate plotting my elimination, gotta go to Google for the information. I'm a superstar, so I gotta shine.
All right, this one got my attention. Timberwolf. Oh, let's see. Two bears right there. What happened? Alright guys, so my next point is about gambling. One of the things that sucks about Las Vegas is that when you come here, you often don't win. And I know this is not going to be the case for all of you, because I'm sure a lot of you have stories about how you came to Las Vegas and you destroyed the bank out here and then you went back home really happy. But truth of the matter is that these machines right here, the slots, they are programmed to keep a certain amount and give a certain amount. I have a friend that works with the gaming commission here that told me the little secret is that every machine is programmed to give you a certain amount of the earnings. So for example, and I can't remember the amount, but it was somewhere around
in a yellow bucket with the
And then after that, if that machine has like essentially hit their cap, it's not gonna give out a whole lot of money anymore. As you can see, I don't play slots, I don't gamble. If I do gamble, it's on sports betting. And I put money on this Timberwolf machine, which, let's see, Santa Claus, Bear. Does anyone know what's happening?
There we go. All right. So what? What does this mean?
So please budget smart when you come to Vegas. You know, maybe have your lucky shoes on, your lucky sweater, your lucky socks. The house, statistically, is more likely that it's gonna win. If you do end up winning this time around, just know that you kind of beat the person before you or the person after you. You didn't necessarily beat the house. The house is making their money. Now with that being said, let's keep hitting this Buffalo guy. Hopefully we can pay for that lunch that we had. You know, let's up the stakes a little bit. Oh yes sir. Bet times 2. Whoa.
3 coins. What does that mean? What does that mean, sir?
8 free games, 1.
What? Okay, let's go. I don't know what that means, but let's hit it.
Here, okay, 15. I'm there.
What's going on? I have no idea.
It's another coin right there. What? The machine knows that I'm talking smack about it, so they're giving me a lot of money. Look at that. What is going on? I'm gonna cash out. Because honestly, I was willing to lose that 20 bucks. All right, guys, so obviously this is not a good representation that the house always wins, because I never gamble and I just sat here. You obviously saw how confused I was and I ended up winning. This is not to be confused, okay? The house probably has mics right there that are out to listen for skepticals like me. And as soon as they hear that, they give them money so they can keep coming back. But no, sir.
All right, guys, so I'm gonna let you know a little secret since we got some winnings from that. We're coming here to Block 16, and there is a secret bar here. So Block 16 is a food hall. As you can see, there are many different restaurants here, kind of like a street. But yeah, let me show you the hidden bar here. So this is like the food common area. And you see where that guy's coming from? That's where we're going right now. Check this out. Check this out. So the exit. Oh yeah. There's a seat somewhere here. Yeah.
So we made it inside Ghost Donkey here at Block 16 and the Cosmopolitan. Pretty cool little spot, honestly. So there's the actual exit right here. Or is there another bar? A secret bar.
So as I've been talking, the price here was $18 for that single cocktail. But it was pretty strong though, so I'm pretty glad. So now let's go hit up the rest of the strip.
Alright guys, so the next point here that I want to make is that being hungover in Las Vegas is far more than normal, but it sucks no matter what. Some people get them really bad, some people don't, but honestly, getting drunk here is super fun. It's part of the fun, honestly. Like, I just had a drink at the bar. When you're here and you get hungover, the heat can get you, being tired can get you, and being dehydrated because you've been spending all day drinking and not really eating, not really having a good breakfast, not really having your routine, so your body's gonna be thrown off completely, and you're gonna be losing like 3/4 of the day just like sleeping in the room, trying to recover, trying to rally the next day. But honestly, take care of your body. Drink a glass of water every 2 beers or every drink. You're gonna be 100%. I'm telling you, it's gonna be night and day difference. I'm a bartender and I see people coming in and out all the time, like just coming in early morning at the bar and being like, I just want water, dude. I just want water. Like, it's not fun that way. You're not gonna have the most experience, the fullest experience out of it. Yeah, you're gonna get super drunk the one day, but then the next day or maybe even the next 2 days, you're gonna be super hungover and you're not gonna be able to rally as hard with your friends or with your spouse or whatever. So definitely watch over what you're drinking and be smart about how you deal with your hangovers. So now I'm just here waiting for the show. Alright guys, so we're down to the last sucky thing about Las Vegas, and that is the fees that you have to pay. Most importantly, the hotel fees and the parking fees. The parking fees, for example, cost a lot of commotion for when they first came out, maybe about 4 to 6 years ago, I would say. MGM started rolling them out, then a lot of other casinos started following with them. Now it's pretty standard that almost just about every single casino here charges for them. The Planet Hollywood was the mecca for free parking. They're now implementing the technology to be able to start charging, so I believe this summer of 2021 they're gonna start charging, and it's no longer gonna be for free. You're basically gonna be spending about $10 to $15 every time you park somewhere over an hour or two. Now the other fee that I'm talking about is the resort fee, and a lot of people hate this, and I mean, I don't particularly like it, but it's a very common thing here in Las Vegas. So when you're browsing to book a room, it might say something like $100 a night or $150 a night. Just know that that is not the right price. Always add obviously the taxes and the resort fees. The resort fees are supposed to be for the pool, the gym, and other stuff that you may get as far as like the amenities go. But to be honest, you can't get away from that. It's always gonna be there, so might as well just don't claim victory when you see an ad for like a hotel stay for $80 a night. Just understand that there's always going to be a resort fee, especially with these big casinos here on the strip. It's something that sucks. That's why it made it to this list, because as gaming starts going down and entertainment is not necessarily picking up the slack, they have to get their money somehow. So there you have it, the top 7 things that you should look after when you come to Vegas. Some of the things suck, some are kind of obvious, but at the same time I just want to help everyone know what they're getting themselves into when they come to Vegas. Also, please comment down below if you have any questions, comments, concerns. Any comments and any interaction with the video really helps the algorithm push this out to more people. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next time. Peace out.
Coming down like precipitation. I ain't never met a limitation. Hate plotting my elimination. Gotta go to Google for the information. I'm a superstar, so I gotta shine. Top dollar be the bottom line. Bottom feeding out of line. Turn your heart rate to a dotted line. Yeah, my zodiac probably